What's good, fam? It's Stephanie here with Women in Passionate Pursuit, and I wanted to get on here real fast and share a quick word of life advice with you guys. Something that I personally know that I'll try to walk this out every day of my life, and that is circumstantial conditions should never be causation for you to cease consistency and or commitment. Let me say that again. Circumstantial conditions should never be causation for you to cease consistency and or commitment. And to give you a good illustration of what I mean when I say that, I'm gonna share something about me. I'm gonna give a little be real transparent with you guys this morning, because I feel like that's the best way to be. The only way for you to like really see something in action is for you to see it in action in somebody else, right? So since about October, November of 2021, literally all the way probably through June of this year, this past month that just passed, I have been flagged. And for all of those who are not in the military and are not privy to understanding what military terms are, that is a suspension of favorable actions, meaning that I can't get nothing, I can't do anything good. Well, not good. I can't do anything that I couldn't have anything that would reward me for my I couldn't do anything to basically progress my career, in so many words. So for the last just shy of 2 years, I was flagged, and I was also recommended to be separated, to be kicked out, lose my entire career. Just shy of I just got my 20-year letter this week. So I've been in the military for 20 years, been in the army for 20 years, but nonetheless I was flagged for the last year and a half. We're gonna say the last year and a half, so all of 2022 and then half of 2023, and for separate reasons. One, for the COVID vaccination. I didn't refuse the COVID vaccination, but I requested an exemption, and because I requested the exemption, if the exemption didn't get approved, that meant that I was going to be kicked out. And because I didn't have the vaccination, there were a lot of things that I couldn't do. I couldn't go to certain schools. I couldn't do certain trainings that was required for my actual position assignment. So that was one thing. And then another thing was, according to the Army standards, I was considered overweight, right? I didn't meet the Army's height and weight standards, not by a lot, literally 1%. I was 1% more than what the Army wanted me to be. So because of that, I was flagged, and then I was recommended for separation. Hey, we don't want you to be in this uniform no more. So for the last year and a half, I literally have been walking this out, going through, not really going through it, because I wasn't shaking about it. Because one thing, my trust is, just so you know, my trust is not in the resources that I have been able to, I've been blessed with for my life. My career is a resource, but ultimately my source, God is my source. So if they would have kicked me out, I know that I would have been okay. I wasn't really concerned so much with that. It was more so I've invested this much time into this organization. I've led soldiers. I've never been a soldier that caused issues. I've done what I needed to do. But anyway, for the last year and a half, that's been my situation. That's been my circumstantial condition. I had that looming over my head from October of 2021, literally until June of 2023. All right, giving y'all the circumstantial condition. And on top of that, I was placed in one of the most mental, emotional, and just mentally stressing. I was placed in one of the most challenging assignments of my military career. As a leader, as a soldier, as just a human being, I was placed in that position, right smack in the middle of that circumstantial condition, right? And not only is this position, this assignment that I've been placed in, it's one of those positions that gets a lot of visibility, like on a very large scale, like all the higher ups, every leader that you can think of got their eyes peeled on the position that I was placed in to lead, right? That's another circumstantial condition on top of that circumstantial condition. And on top of that, let me just share how that's just on the professional side. That's professional. That's my professional life. On the personal side, I have a teenage son who has gotten caught up in drugs, illegal substances, and watching him struggle through that, taking him to rehab, him not wanting to stay in rehab, him going back and forth with this addiction. I'm watching him struggle with an addiction and trying to help him walk through that. And on top of that personal circumstantial condition, my same son, him and his girlfriend gets a baby, they get pregnant, and they're having a baby their senior year of high school. And I'm the closest person available to her to assist her with getting to her appointment. So I'm taking her to every doctor's appointment. I'm making sure she gets the prenatal care that she deserves. I'm making sure that she's well and taken care of, on top of my son, on top of my work stuff. Okay, then I got a 16-year-old daughter who is feeling herself and not making the best decisions. So I'm trying to, mentor and like lovingly lead her through that. And I got a husband and I got 2 other kids. I got all of this going on. All of these circumstantial conditions is literally happening in my life. And on top of that, I'm also getting myself prepared for retirement because I'm less than 3 years shy of being eligible for my active federal service retirement. So I'm also preparing myself to be in the civilian world, doing things on the civilian side outside of the uniform. So I'm stepping into a whole other landscape with that, with all of this stuff going on. All of these circumstantial conditions is happening around me like nobody's business, okay? And if you are not somebody who's close to me, if you're not a person who like has that inner circle access to my life, you wouldn't have even known that I was walking through these things. Like, you wouldn't have known. Why? Because I refuse to allow temporary circumstantial situations to determine how I remain consistent to who I am and how I take deliberate, consistent action on the progress that I'm attempting to make in life, to doing the things that I need to do. Like, in the midst of that, I continue to stay at the gym. I continue to go to the gym. Even so much so I had to change my gym schedule because it just got too hectic to go in the evenings, and my daughters had cheer, so I couldn't really go in the evenings like I wanted to. I had to stop going to the gym in the evenings and pushed it to going at 4:30 in the morning. So instead of me going after I get off of work, I go super duper early in the morning, get it out the way, so in the evenings I can have time to be home with my family. Like, these are the things, and I'm giving you, I want you to understand, I want y'all to see, I want you to see that there's no reason to press pause. Like, there's no reason for you to press pause on your progress because of temporary situations, temporary positions, temporary things that are going on. Like, those things aren't working against you, they're working for you. If you are a believer, let me tell you what the word of God says concerning you, that all things work together for the good. Meaning, whatever is going on in your life, whether you feel like it's working for you or not, it is. Because if it's not working for you in the very moment, it's working on you to produce in you the things that you need internally to be that person that you need to be. Like, it's working. Like, this lovely man, I gotta give him credit, his name is Myron Golden, and he says this all the time: all work works. Everything that you do is working. If it's not working for you, it is working on you. And that's the mindset that you have to take when you find yourself in these situations that don't feel good, that don't look good, you don't like what's going on, you feel like you're doing something wrong because of things that are going wrong around you. But I'm here to encourage you that it is okay. It's not bad, because it's working. It's working on your patience. It's working on your perseverance. Like, I got a dog in me now. Like, let me tell you something. I realized I'm 39 and old. Baby, ain't nothing in this life took me out yet. And that's the mindset that I need you to have every single day that you wake up. Don't stop. Don't pause. Don't you press pause on being consistent to who you are. Don't you press pause on being committed to growth and progress. As hard as life can get, it's circumstantial, it's temporary, but the muscles, that's the work you putting in, the reps you putting in, that right there, that's eternal. Can't nobody take that from you. Can't nobody take from me that I got up every morning and I still did my best. I still treated people with respect. I still gave the very same people that was plotting against me, that wanted to see me put out, I still gave them respect. I still honored them. I still honor the fact that they were created in the same image of God that I was created in. They might not be working on the same team that I'm working on, but by God created them. I'm still gonna honor them for the fact that they have the same image that I have. I didn't choose to match energy. That's what we love to say today. Oh, I match energy. I don't match energy. I bring the energy. I am the energy. What I bring to the table, what I bring into a situation, I shift the atmosphere. That's the mindset we got to have in this world, because it's too many things it's too much stuff that's happening day to day. And if we allow ourselves to be moved with every wind and wave of life, we will never know who we are. We will never know who God is in us. Like, God showed me who he was in me in this last year and a half. If I didn't already know, I know for sure now. I know I'm undefeated. I know can't nothing take me out until he say it's time for me to go. I know that my circumstances are not indicative to how I have to be. I could have got up every day and I could have chose to be bitter. I could have chose to be angry. I could have chose to be frustrated, mean, all of that. And I ain't gonna lie, I had moments where I struggled with it. Like, why am I even being this way? Because it would have been easier for me to just fall into the woe is me mentality. But that ain't who I am. That's not who I am. And I'm going to tell you, I had a conversation with a good friend of mine, a good professional friend of mine. And she's become like, she's moving her way on to a good personal friend, because she's just an all-around good person. But nonetheless, we're having a conversation. I was just kind of like, we hadn't talked in a while, so I gave her an update. I was like, hey, let me tell you what's going on. This is where I'm at with this. Because she knew some of the situations. She didn't know, like, all of my professional, all the things I was dealing with on the professional side. She didn't even know that I was being recommended for separation. Like, she didn't know that. And when I told her that, she was just like, wow. She said, you were walking through all of this. You were dealing with this whole time after they put you in this one of the most dreadful assignments. They put you in a position that most people would have folded. She was like, and you did not change. She was like, you remain the same way you were, like the same way you've always been. And that, baby, I felt that. Your girl felt that, okay? I just need y'all to know your girl felt that, because it was times I wanted to be upset. And I'm not saying I wasn't upset. Like, I had my moments. Like, don't get me wrong, I had my moments. There were moments in this last year and a half where, like, I struggled. I cried on the way to work. Like, I had those moments of feeling defeated, feeling like there was no reason for me to even be giving this organization my all. And let me tell you what the Lord said to me. Let me tell you how he reminded me, and this shifted everything. He said, you ain't doing nothing for nobody. You doing this for me. You putting on a show for all the spiritual forces around you to see that you mine, that you got my image, that you have a heart that is yielded to me. I'm the only audience here. I'm the only one you working for. And baby, let me tell you something, baby. That shifted everything for the kid. It changed everything. And when I took on that mindset, it made it easier for me to walk out the life advice I'm giving you today. That circumstantial conditions are never, when I say never, they are never causation. Meaning they are never the reason that you should cease being consistent and being committed. Stay the course, brother. Stay the course, my sister. Do not allow yourself to be moved. Plant them heels in the ground. Stand firm. And keep your heart postured towards him. Keep your mind stayed on him. He gonna keep you in perfect peace, and you're gonna be able to walk through whatever you do. You're gonna be able to walk through with a grace like never before. Okay. All right, I gotta get off of here. This traffic, literally the traffic just stopped on the I-95. So yes, I'm so glad you guys came. Hey, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and share, because if it was good for you, it would be good for somebody else. All right, y'all have a blessed day.